Cool outfit.
Slamming outfit.
Oh.
She gave up on her dream.
I used to dance.
You wanna hook up sometime? Work on your moves?
Oh, sorry.
Until she met someone
Take that sound with me.
who wouldn't give up on her.
They're holding auditions next month.
You can do it. You were born to do it.
Action! Hop step back. Got that? If I was gonna summarize the movie, I would say it's a romance that's ignited by dancing. I see some SCX in those HIPs, all right?
There's a lot of like fun and excitement in all the dance that goes on, and it really makes you want to be part of that world.
You should hit steps with us tomorrow night.
Steps ain't no square dance.
It's all right, I dance in circles, probably around you.
It's about hip-hop culture, and it's about young people growing up around music and around the club and all of the different kinds of experiences that are possible within this young culture.
I think this movie is cool, it's real, it's young, it's fresh.
Now I'm cool enough.
You're almost there.
I think it's a dirty hip-hop dance romance.
Come here a little bit in this. On the really on though. A little bit, yeah.
Mom, this is the hardest, most important day of my life. You have to be there. You promised. I play Sarah Johnson. She's been a ballet dancer all her life and loves ballet, but while she's auditioning for Juilliard, her mother gets into a car accident and dies. She has to go live with her father, who she's never really spent a lot of time with, and he had kind of abdicated his responsibility of being a father, and so Sarah resents him a lot.
I guess you got stuff. Baggage.
3 suitcases, one big one. When Sarah first gets to her high school, she feels very alienated because she's not as cool as the other people at her school, and it's just a completely different environment. She grew up in the suburbs, and now she's at this school where the kids are much tougher and much cooler, and they're into hip-hop, and they don't really care that she's a ballet dancer, and she just feels kind of nerdy.
She's in this place where everybody looks different from her and talks different from her and dances different from her. And so, like, that's like the culture clash for her.
I am Sarah's first real friend at school.
That's how easy it is to give to charity around here.
Thanks.
I have this real maternal instinct. When I see her for the first time, I immediately want to protect her because she's, one of very few white young women in a school with mostly black students.
You need to watch where you sit, girl. Don't ever let me catch you at that table again. And it's Chanel.
I do help Sarah. I think we help each other because I think that Chanel is really in need of intimacy and in need of friendship.
What about your mom? Where's she?
She was in jail for drugs. And Sarah's in need of those same things, but in a different way. She also needs to be introduced to this world and this culture.
Here is your ID.
Chanel, she's ugly. She's fat.
She's 21. Come on, girl. Let's roll. I ain't got all night.
The character I play is Derek Reynolds, and he's kind of like the all-American boy at this inner city school in Chicago.
You going to college, doctor college after that. You the man, dog.
He tripping off his acceptance letter from Georgetown.
No, I'm waiting for my letter. He wants to be a doctor, wants to go to med school and move on and do all those types of things, but he still has friends from like his old neighborhood that are involved in gang activity. And he's trying to maintain those friendships from his childhood, at the same time move on ahead and like pursue like, his own ambitions.
Let's just walk away. Walk away to what? I'm not you, Derek. I can't do nothing with what I'm doing. Character I'm playing, this is Malachi. Him and Derek are like best friends, and Malachi kind of looks at life a little bit different. Come on, man, it's payback time. Either you down or you not. Either you my boy or you ain't, simple as that.
When he wants me to help him get revenge on drug dealers and help him go on drive-by stuff, and like I want to help him because I feel like I owe him, but at the same time, I can't do that.
He doesn't want to be disloyal to his roots and how he grew up and his community and his friends. There's certain choices he's got to make in his life as he tries to move forward. How much are you going to hang on to something that's going to drag you down? How much courage can you muster to embrace things that are more positive for you and yet somehow never lose yourself?
Sarah meets Derek at school in a classroom for the first time, and he's actually kind of arrogant.
White folks back then felt safe. Capote scared them. He took hardcore crime out of the ghetto and placed it in America's backyard. That's what makes the book special.
Yeah, that's part of it.
That's all of it. I basically beat her in a debate in the class. And to me, it's kind of funny. And it sets up like this natural antagonism between us.
You're the genius, right? You know everything?
Not everything. Like, I don't know why we're still standing here. I'm supposed to be dizzy by now, remember? From all those circles you danced around me?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
And then at this club, there is really that sort of first connection between this small-town white girl and this city streets black kid. There's an attraction.
Cross front, cross front, cross front. The dance situation is that she comes from a dance background that's like ballet. You know, a very kind of like formal classical training. Where my character comes from, he's more like, you know, a city guy where like it's not formal or classical, it's just like raw hip hop, you know, just like you do whatever you feel and whatever comes up in you.
She goes from having a love of ballet to also embracing this love of hip hop.
When it came to casting Sarah, she is the voice of the film. She's the person who takes us into the world of hip-hop culture and black culture. She is the person we're following through this whole journey. We wanted her to be a terrific dancer, but it was most important that she be an actress who, from the very beginning of the film, you would care about and who would emotionally take you through the tale.
What? What's your fault?
My mom, the accident, the fact that she's dead because of me, because of my stupid audition.
Julia is such a sensitive and subtle actress that she brings out the best in everybody, and there's just something about the soul of her that I think is really enticing.
I think we are so incredibly lucky to have Julia in this cast because her level of commitment is truly inspiring. I mean, how diligent she's been about the ballet and the hip hop is just astounding. And she's a beautiful dancer and a beautiful actor.
What she brings to the role to me is honesty.
I'm sorry, I can't go in there.
What do you mean you can't go in? This is why I'm taking you to ballet.
I know, but...
But what?
For the male lead, he had to be a guy who came from the streets and was believable as having come from the streets, but was smart enough and sophisticated enough to be believable as somebody who was going to go to medical school. He had to be a good-looking enough actor and a talented enough actor to carry you through the male lead of the movie, and he had to be a terrific dancer. Now, that was not an easy task.
Do you want to do it, Sarah? I mean, you. Do you want Juilliard?
What Sean brought was an intelligence, a charm, a thoughtfulness, but he's also got a sense of humor. He can be playful, and he had a real strength. He had a solidity.
As a young black actor, most of the time when you're going for a role, you don't really get to flex any type of intellect. You don't really get to flex any type of sensitivity or depth. It's just all about being aggressive and being hardcore. So that's what's great about this role is that like you can be hardcore and aggressive, but at the same time, really smart.
Sean, I think, is a really great actor. He's very focused and serious, and Sean's almost like the boy next door that you can see Sarah would fall in love with.
We have hip-hop dancing, we have ballet, because Julia plays a character, of course, who's a ballet dancer at the beginning of the movie and has a tremendous love and dream to be a ballet dancer. And so I had to shoot ballet and modern dance and hip-hop all in the same movie.
Now's your big chance. You guys want to do something? Keep going.
Ready, set, fly, high.
The dance has totally been the most enjoyable part for me because it's such a wonderful opportunity to get to study ballet with Randy Duncan, who's a choreographer for the Joffrey Ballet, and get to study with Fatima, who's a great hip-hop choreographer, and I just love to dance.
It's really cool that we're mixing the hip-hop and ballet. The choreographer, Randy, who's doing the ballet, we get together and gel the two styles of dancing together, which has really been interesting. Even gelling the two styles of music together with the hip-hop music and the classical music has been really cool also.
All the dance rehearsals that we've had have been so fantastic. I did ballet training for like a month beforehand, before we started shooting.
Yeah, and yeah, got it. There you go.
Julia is a very, very bright individual and very focused, and that was half the task. This girl is just phenomenal in how she can pick up things. Some of the other dancers who do it professionally were looking at her and absolutely could not believe that this girl had just started dancing. That's really, really a gift.
Actually, for me, like, the hip-hop dancing comes much more easily than the ballet because I didn't really study ballet as a kid, and I do like to go to clubs and go out dancing, so that's fun.
It's actually been really cool. I mean, working with Julia was great because she surprised me totally, and she can catch on to a lot of stuff.
It's not even really about height, it's just about when you snap your feet out.
In terms of preparation, I got here to town about a month before we started shooting, and I had rehearsal all day, every day with Richmond, Talawega, and Fatima Robinson. Make that sound with me. Make that sound. Wait, you sitting down for tea or something like that? Just slouch a little bit, slouch. We just kicked it, you know, all day. And then at night, every night we went out to like all these clubs around Chicago till late at night, and then singing early the next morning, we're back dancing in the studio again. I mean, what's cool is that you're just having fun and digging the music and, you know, just dancing.
Julia's gonna sit back and she's gonna try to do it. First time she's gonna trip.
Okay.
She'll do it again, and then she's gonna do kind of this thing where she's doing it, but she's just gonna point her toe. Okay.
I'm enormously grateful that Thomas Carter decided to direct this movie because Thomas brought an entirely different perspective to the film than I have. He and I have wildly different upbringings, life experiences, and he is just as interested in the white story as I am in the black story.
It connected with me on two levels. One was the music. I love music and films. And it was a movie that was also based around a social issue. There's an interracial romance in the movie.
What are you saying? Are you saying that you don't want to be with me? Or that you don't want to be seen with me? I mean, what are you saying?
I'm just saying that I'm confused. That's all that I'm saying.
Confused about what? Me?
A little bit. Thomas, like, has an energy about him that I think adds to the energy of the film.
Come on with me. And then you just busting it in.
Thomas brings like just a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of ideas.
Thomas has such a commitment to the culture in the film. He brought a lot of support. We've gone out dancing as cast members, and Thomas came out with us too. And I think that that's really demonstrative of his commitment to really capturing what the story's about.
There's no question that hip-hop culture is the dominant pop culture in the world. To be able to deal with that in a fun and exuberant way, and yet to have some serious issues involved was very exciting to me.
Cut, print.
That's a cut.
Sarah and Derek's relationship is affected a lot by the fact that they're from different races. When they're alone together, they get along really well, and the fact that he's black and she's white doesn't really play into their relationship, but when they're around other people seem to have a problem with it. Work with me.
There are difficulties with some of his friends, which creates difficulties for her, poses questions for him that he's never had to ask before, and so he's got to make a very adult decision about how to handle his relationship, how to handle his friendships.
Sarah, she's not where I'm from. She's from a whole different place. You know, she's a white girl coming to a hip-hop club, and I don't really understand it. You never look as good as she does with him. That's all you. You're milk. Ain't no point trying to mix.
Nikki is my ex-girlfriend, and she tries to throw roadblocks up to, you know, keep us from getting together. She tries to tempt me into, you know, dancing with her and tries to intimidate Sarah to get her away from me. She's like the bad girl.
Seems like they're letting anybody in. Quit it, Nikki.
I am walking on eggshells just because you brought the Brady Bunch to the Negro Club.
She starts kind of taking over and dating my boyfriend, and I don't like that very much. It actually escalates into a full-fledged brawl. So it becomes a racial thing.
It's about you. White girls like you, creeping up, taking on men.
That's really what the movie is about. What is it like to be in an interracial relationship when you're that age, when peer pressure is everything?
Whatever, Nikki. You know what? Derek and I like each other, and if you have a problem with that, screw you.
We're trying to focus on the romance, and these two people dig each other, and then let all the other stuff swirl around us.
I'm a big Casey and JoJo fan, so that we got them to do a song for this movie and to do Crazy, which is just a smash.
I don't know what I'm doing.
The name of the song is called Crazy. It's just a song talking about a relationship.
Basically, it mirrors the plot in the movie where my character is forced to choose between hanging out with his boys and going to this kind of confrontation and going to support his girlfriend at this big audition that she has. And the video starts off with the premise that I chose to go with my boys and ended up getting in trouble. And so it kind of tells a story in backwards time. Takes me back to the point where I can make the decision to go with my boys or go with my girl.
The whole premise of the video is that he looks back on his life and that turning point of like the two different paths that could have happened because of his decision. So what would have happened if he had gone with his friends and what would have happened if he came with me to the audition. It's all sort of in reverse.
Casey and JoJo are sort of like guardian angels, so they get to sort of look over, you get a great overview of the events that are going on in the lives of these two people.
The special effects sound really cool, like rain falling up, and they're gonna reverse the film so that everything goes backwards. I think that's really cool.
And you know, the way the video is lit, and the rain, and the texture, and the tone of the video, all those things are really great. Young people are faced with choices all the time. Those choices sometimes affect the rest of your whole life. And this video is very much about doing the positive thing, doing the negative thing, making a decision that's based on what you feel in your heart, or making a decision that other people may be encouraging you to make. I think the movie has a lot of emotion in it, and I think the video tries to capture some of the emotion from the film.
Sarah's dream in the story is that she wants to get into Juilliard, and she's given up that dream because her mother died, and she feels responsible for her mother's death. So I think that's where our characters come together, is that I help her pursue her dream again. At the same time, her dancing goes to another level.
What do you want? Do you want Juilliard?
What I want is to wake up and see my mom again. It was my stupid dream, and all she wanted was for it to come true.
And I bet you it still wanted to come true.
I think this movie is a tremendously positive movie. There's incredible exuberance and fun and reaffirmation of life. And you really see the character embrace a whole new culture, from fashion to the music to some of the language.
The transition that Sarah has to go through is really interesting too. She gets involved in this club culture and she slowly builds up her confidence. She begins to build her life back together again. I called Juilliard for an application. They're holding auditions next month.
Then let's get ready then.
I think the film is a lot of fun. I think it's very moving. The story is about people coming together in different relationships.
You act like you don't know who you are no more, Derek.
I don't get you two.
You don't have to understand. These are my friends, Sarah.
I think Save the Last Dance is gonna be that movie that touches a lot of different people, a lot of different generations.
There's something for everybody in this movie, and it's a movie that, you know, everybody could go see and have a great time.
It'll make people feel that, okay, I can do that too. You can do this. It's how you were born to do it. Now show me some attitude.
About your body, babe. Wanna love you in so many ways. The way you move it all around makes me wanna love you down. Contemplating making love to you. 50 candles and some bubbles too. Come and have a private dance with me so I can stare in your.
I love ballet. Now, I never had the body for it. Hey, you dance?
I used to.
I liked a lot of elements of the story. I wanted to do an interracial romance. I'd wanted to do that for a while, and I was developing a couple of stories, and I read this script that Paramount was interested in making. And it was a great story idea. The script needed work, but the idea was great, and there were some interesting characters, and so I decided to come on board and work on it. So we worked on the script for about 9 months before we even started casting or anything.
I got sent the script, and I met with Thomas Carter, and I told him basically that I love to dance and that I don't care if my toes bleed, like I'll do the training as hard as I can, and I was really, I didn't want to be doubled. Like I was like, I don't care, I'll work really, really hard, just don't double me. And I was actually much more comfortable with the hip hop than I was with the ballet.
Sarah, how you get your leg to twist like that?
Yeah, what's up with all that double-jointed cheerleader shit anyway?
Nothing's up with it, I just used to dance. Ballet, mostly.
So you should hit steps with us tomorrow night. It's a club, you know, like mostly hip-hop.
I don't know.
You should go.
My character, definitely her world is turned upside down, and she is out of place, but she's willing to rise to that challenge.
The opportunity in this movie, and this was particularly attractive to me, is that the movie's told about a white girl who goes into a black environment rather than a black character who goes into a white environment, which is what we normally see.
It's the white girl coming into the black world, and I think what makes it resonant in this movie is that Julia doesn't act like a scared little, you know, wimpy white girl, you know, like she's tough.
So this place is tight, right?
It's so cool.
What is up with this place? Seems like they're letting anybody in.
Quit it, Nikki.
Quit what? I am walking on eggshells just because you brought the Brady Bunch to the Negro Club.
Maybe you came to the wrong spot, because I'm pretty sure there aren't any Negroes here.
The one thing I really liked about Julia was that she just has a subtlety as an actress. She has an honesty as an actress that goes far beyond her years, and I wouldn't have expected that, but it's what she brings to her work, and she brought it to this film. So I was excited to work with her, and nobody's worked harder than she did on this movie, from learning ballet to learning hip-hop dance to doing the acting in the film. I mean, it was a tremendous, tremendous amount of work.
I did like a month and a half of training, 4 to 6 hours a day before we started shooting. And then when we were shooting, I was working 7 days a week, because I would film from Monday through Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday I'd work with the choreographers. But it was so much fun for me, because that's why I wanted to do the movie, because I love to dance, and it was like I got to pretend to be a professional dancer for a while.
So how'd you like steps? Once you got used to the music?
It wasn't the music that I had to get used to, Derek. That's not the first time I've heard hip-hop.
Uh-huh. I bet you listen to it all the time.
Sean Patrick Thomas, we auditioned along with a lot of other guys, some dancers we auditioned. And he was a really good actor. We liked him, but he wasn't a great dancer. It got down to the last audition, and I had to do a couple scenes from the movie, and I had to also do a dance routine that they taught me like right there on the spot. I think I got the first step right, and maybe like the last step right, and then I messed up everything else in between. We knew that the acting was the most important thing, and that we would train the actor to dance and hope that we would get somebody to give a good performance. So we put Fatima Robinson with him and with her assistant, Richmond, and Richmond sort of took Sean around the clubs in Chicago and sort of immersed him in the life of hip-hop culture and hip-hop clubs. They taught him in our studios how to dance, and he worked really hard and actually became a good dancer. Sean likes to be modest. He definitely has rhythm, and we would go out to clubs and he'd work it, but he didn't have any like formal training. So, but like with me, I had to sort of like there were times where it was more like physical comedy for me. I had to pretend that I was the nerdy white girl. There's one scene that Julia and I just completely winged it, really. The first scene where I'm kind of teaching her how to walk and how to sit and just how to just kind of like chill. Like none of that was really scripted. We just kind of were just winging that, And I'm shocked at how much of that ended up in the movie.
Make the sound with me, come on. Wait, you sitting down for tea or something like that? And I just slouch a little bit, slouch.
Like a lot of actors wouldn't want to wing it. They'd be like, well, I need a script. Like, I need to know what's happening next, But me and Julia were like, okay, well, let's just see what happens, And it ended up being a lot of fun.
I'm gonna go home. Are you ready?
No, he's not ready. He's talking to me. It's an A and B conversation. You gotta go see yourself home, all right?
Fuck you.
Bitch, I whoop your ass.
Man, what the hell is your problem, man?
You gonna take that bitch back and won't even cover mine?
Because you wrong, Malachi.
No, you wrong. You been wrong. You ain't even worth shit no more. Get out my face, college boy. And take that trailer trash hoe with you. The character I'm playing in Save the Last Dance is Malachi. He's like the tough guy. He's like he just got out of jail, juvenile jail, for doing something, I don't know. And then him and Derek are like best friends, and Malachi kind of looks at life a little bit different.
The vibe of Malachi in the movie is totally Fredro, and yet he's such a great guy. He actually sings on the soundtrack. He's got a song on the soundtrack. And he brought a level of authenticity to the movie. So when I saw him early on, I knew, you know, I wanted to make that happen.
What made sense to me about the storyline with Malachi is that he and I did petty crimes and stuff as kids, and when he covered for me and allowed me to escape, and he went and did my jail time, the way I thought of it was that he, in a part, is responsible for the success I have now. He's the one that allowed me to be able to go to school and get straight A's and have this future.
I cast a couple of other people that were really exciting to me. Kerry Washington, who plays Chenille in the movie. She plays the first girl who befriends Julia at school. She is a terrific actress and sort of a find because I had never seen her on anything before. She was fresh out of college.
Cool outfit. Slamming outfit. I do help Sarah. I think we help each other because I think that Chenille is really in need of intimacy and in need of friendship. And Sarah's in need of those same things, but in a different way. She also needs to be introduced to this world and this culture of young black kids and the music and the dance. And I think that I help her from the clothes she's wearing to the language she uses. I really help to sort of be her liaison into this new world.
And of course, Chenille is a single mom in the movie. She's a teenage mom, and her life is not easy. And that's the other thing I didn't want to do. When I first got to the script, there was a teenage mom in the movie, and we just kind of glossed over it. It was as if life was okay. She was a teenage mom, didn't seem to be that big of a problem, not much responsibility. That's not how it is. It's tremendous responsibility. Life is not easy when you're a teenage mom. You more than likely are not going to have a partner to share that with, and so it's really difficult.
You and Derek act like it don't bother people to see you two together.
What is the big damn deal? It's me and him, not us and other people.
Black people, Sarah. Black women. Derek's about something. He's smart, he's motivated, he's for real. He's gonna make something of himself, and here you come, white, so you gotta be right. And you take one of the few decent men we have left after jail, drugs, and drive-by. That is what Nikki meant about you up in our world.
It's legitimate that Kerry Washington's character, Chenille, would think that, you know, it's almost an insult to black women that her brother is dating a white girl. And that's just an issue. I mean, that's just something that has to be confronted, I think. I'm glad that the movie doesn't shy away from that.
There has been this sort of cliche that's not a cliche, but because a lot of black women don't have a problem with it, but a lot of black women do have a problem with black men going with white women because they feel like they're losing their men. And I wanted to have that point of view expressed, not in just an angry, racist way, but in a way that sort of came from a deeper understanding of what this particular character in the movie was afraid of and what it was that she was missing in her own life and how it affected how she looked at her friend.
I said something to Sarah.
What?
About how maybe Nikki had a point about black men and white women.
What? You said what?
I'm sorry. I was tripping off Kenny.
That was the first scene, the first day that me and Kerry shot. And for the first few takes, neither one of us could like form the words with our mouths because our mouths were just like frozen. We were just shocked at how cold it was. I was pretty scared and kind of like a little nervous that first day, and on top of that, freezing. So I think the first day was the hardest.
It took about 3 days to film the last audition scene. And that was like dancing all day long, but the choreography is so hot that it was like enjoyable for me to do that, and you know, I got to perfect it more and more, and I was the perfectionist. I would be like, you know, Thomas would say, okay, let's move on, and I'd be like, no, I got to do it again because I did this move wrong and I could have hit this mark better, you know.
Thomas, you know, he was, he wanted to shoot a lot. You know, like we would like do every scene like, you know, a lot of times, you know. And every time we did it, it had different adjustments, different nuances, you know. We shoot it from different angles.
I think he's like really, really good at editing because he brought out some aspects of this movie that I had no idea existed while we were shooting. And what I mean is that, like, I guess maybe just as an actress, you're not really conscious of how things are coming across. But I remember being in the club with him, and we were in the club for maybe 2 weeks, and I was just like, I would look around and I'd be like, God, this is so exciting. And I walked up to him and I was like, this is hot, this is working, you know. And I think that he shares a love of dance too, so that definitely came across.
Miss Johnson, I can't say this on the record yet, but welcome to Juilliard.
I'm really proud of how the movie balances like the serious social issues that it deals with the really entertaining, fun scenes. Because like as much as these kids are faced with obstacles in their lives, when they go to the club and they go dancing with their friends, they're just having fun and having a good time.
Some people are still hanging on to all this old baggage. They're still uptight about being with somebody who's from another culture or another race, or their parents are uptight about it, or their friends might be. And so I wanted to make a movie that took a look at that in a modern context. And the idea of setting that against a hip-hop backdrop was really exciting to me.
I think Save the Last Dance is gonna be that movie that touches a lot of different people, a lot of different generations, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it has one set audience.
What I'm most proud of is that it's a quality film. What I'm most proud of is that it's an old-fashioned fairy tale romance that you believe. It's not just some sexed up teen nonsense. You know, it's a real relationship. And I'm very proud that we were able to do that honestly and do it truthfully.
I've got something for you. It's for love, not luck. Mom, because you dance like an angel.
Excuse me, are you Sarah Johnson?
Your mother's been involved in an automobile accident.
Hey, you dance?
I used to.
Guess it was pretty tough. Leaving all your friends, having to say all those goodbyes.
Cool outfit.
Slamming outfit. Oh. Sarah, how you get your leg to twist like that?
I used to dance.
You used to dance.
It's really not a big deal.
I think it is.
You should hit steps with us tomorrow night.
Steps ain't no square dance.
It's all right, I dance in circles, probably around you.
Oh!
Seems like they're letting anybody in.
Quit it, Nikki.
I ain't walking on eggshells just because you brought the Brady Bunch to the Negro Club.
I'm supposed to be dizzy by now, remember? From all those circles you danced around me.
Oh, sorry.
What's she doing? Two-stepping?
Maybe you want to hook up sometime? Work on your moves?
Yeah, sure, if you want.
Make that sound with me. Make that sound. Wait, you sitting down for tea or something like that? Just slouch a little bit, slouch.
You act like you don't know who you are no more, Derek.
I don't get you two. I mean, come on, Malachi's scary.
You don't have to understand. He's my friend, Sarah.
I called Juilliard for an application. They're holding auditions next month.
Then let's get ready then. Let's see some SCX in those HIPs, all right?
I used to practice 3 or 4 hours a day. Never gonna be ready in time.
What do you want? Do you want Juilliard?
What I want is to wake up and see my mom again. It was my stupid dream, and all she wanted was for it to come true.
And I bet you it still wanted to come true. You can do this. It's how you were born to do it. Now show me some attitude.
Now I'm cool enough.
You're almost there.